Things are becoming hot, and it seems like a big drama is going to start. The most recent episode of Trauma P is causing tension between Rema and Eazy the Block. Some stories claim that the disagreement started with an emotional problem. Furthermore, Rema and the captain have been talking to anyone who would listen about Remy's emotions for Papoose. But the tension didn't stop there. Another furious debate resulted from the captain publicly questioning Remy's devotion to the automobile. When you learn that Remy's annoyance at Papoose's new girlfriend is making everything worse, it becomes even more chaotic. In case you missed it, here's the scoop. This was more than just an unexpected blast. It has been accumulating for a while. Remy seems to have been finding it difficult to handle Papoose's new relationship for several months. The entire thing is about to blow up and could do so at any time. Thus, keep an eye out. It's not quite over yet. Remy finally spoke out after weeks of stress following reports that she had cheated on Papoose with underground artist Eazy. When Papoose made their breakup public by sharing a Father's Day picture of himself with his daughter, things took a turn for the worse. Then Remy startled everyone by suddenly disappearing from social media, implying that a big event had taken place behind the scenes. Remy and Eazy started spending more time together when the dust settled. But what will happen now? Is this just the start of something more, or will Remy and Eazy's short-lived relationship end soon? There will be much more drama in the future. Following an encounter featuring rapper GD, things quickly became nasty. G didn't hold back and revealed the truth even though Remy was observed assisting behind the scenes. He disclosed the reasons for Remy and Eazy's close bond and even criticized her problematic relationship with him. Remy didn't hold back when GD accused him of cheating on Papoose, the man who had been her pillar of support for years. Papoose, who stuck with Remy no matter what and helped her during her captivity, did not categorically refute the claims. Fans were astonished when he appeared to subtly concur with them. As reports of Ray's adultery quickly circulated, GD's furious comments made matters worse. Many expected Remy, who is so well known, to refute the allegations right away, but her silence created questions. As if that weren't enough, Eazy the Block released a statement that made matters worse. Another individual who had been seen with Remy was soon included in the narrative, and their identity was made public. Remy was allegedly in a polyamorous relationship, according to several mainstream media outlets, which only increased conjecture. Finally, Remy's strong relations with several individuals were criticized, which fueled the flames even more. The plot is far from resolved, as it keeps taking unexpected turns. Keep checking back, because there is still a lot more to come. What comes next is something you want to miss. Things became much stranger. Remy initially made an effort to deny that anything was happening, but the fact could not be kept a secret for very long. Remy supposedly made another shocking revelation a few weeks ago, saying she had been dating boxing champion Clarissa Shields. If you found that alarming, wait, it gets even worse. After that, Remy shared a screenshot of Papoose with his new girlfriend, along with a crude remark. I was unable to get him to leave my apartment after Papoose fell asleep on the phone with Clarissa Shields. That post destroyed any remaining connection she had with Clarissa. After a furious dispute between the two ladies, Clarissa even threatened to hurt Remy if they ever saw each other again. Remy is a fighter as well, but reports say that Clarissa hung up on her as soon as she heard her voice. The whole incident was a shock to everyone. Now that the truth is known, Ray's world appears to be collapsing. When she saw Papoose dating someone new, her anger became apparent. Even though she was initially accused of cheating, it's clear that she's still unhappy about their breakup. Papoose appears to be truly happy now that he has moved on. Remy can't cope with it. It infuriates her that he found serenity without her. When Eazy the Block captain took the stage at an open event, things flared up again after all the drama with Clarissa. The audience went crazy when Remy appeared barely minutes after the event started. But what came next was not anticipated. Remy could not avoid the drama that ensued, despite her continued involvement with Eazy. Critics started accusing her of causing problems with Papoose as soon as a video from the incident went public. Remy was unprepared for the severe backlash. In an attempt to prevent things from getting worse, she immediately said yes when asked a difficult question. Insiders, according to Eazy, believe Remy is using him and not giving him the respect he deserves. Everything got out of control once Remy started berating Papoose for moving on. Now, her relationship with Papoose is not the only one at jeopardy. Her relationship with Eazy is also deteriorating. Karma seems to be catching up with Remy for moving on with Eazy while still with Papoose, and things are getting more intense. Fans are upset, saying that given everything Papoose did for her, she should have treated him better.
This drama has even been used by some to stereotype women in New York, which has led to further discussion. Remy seems to be having a lot of difficulties, whether as a result of a midlife crisis or the fallout from everything coming to light. We have all seen the drama play out, but what is the real story? Let's change the subject for a moment and talk about 50 Cent. His life is much more complicated than it seems. His girlfriend Shaniqua Tompkins gave birth to their son Marquis in 1996. In retrospect, she may see that abandoning Papoose was one of her worst decisions. Despite being quite well known in the rap community, Eazy the Block Captain's public image isn't entirely clear. Some question whether he is truly gorgeous or whether Remy just used him to get over Papoose. Things seem to be going well after Shaniqua gave birth to Marquis. However, their 50s bond with his son and their relationship began to disintegrate with time. He became closer to his younger son by the time his relationship with Marquis ended in the 1950s. But 50s relationships are anything but straightforward, especially with his kids.
Marquis regarded his father as a superhero when he was younger, but as he got older, admiration gave way to disappointment. When legal issues arose in 2008, their father-son bond was in grave danger and never fully healed. 50 Cent was furious when Marquis was later spotted hanging out with Kenneth, the son of Supreme McGriff. He shockingly stated on social media that he wouldn't mind if a bus struck McGriff's son and Marquis. This demonstrated the severity of the situation. By continuing to hang out with individuals his father didn't like and posting disparaging remarks about him on social media, Marquis didn't help the issue either. Both the father and the son refused to concede, and things continued to deteriorate. Over time, the relationship between 50 Cent and his son Marquis only became more complex and poisonous. Marquis has consistently said that he didn't want money from his father, rather, he only wanted to spend time with him. Marquis clarified that the problem was never financial, despite the fact that 50 Cent was paying child support and $6,700 a month. All he desired was a genuine relationship. For Marquis, social media was the only method he knew how to communicate with his father, despite 50 Cent's insistence that it wasn't the place to settle family disputes. He claimed to be barred everywhere and didn't even have a 50's phone number. In an effort to advance his career and break free from his father's shadow, Marquis started putting out his own songs in the meantime. Compared to his relationship with his younger son, Sire, 50's relationship with Marquis has always been very different. Up until March 2024, when Sire's mother, Daphne Joy, went public on social media, 50 appeared to be closer to Sire despite the stressful situation with Marquis. She declared that she was done having children and stated that she had experienced both physical and emotional abuse. When 50 Cent refuted all of the allegations, their already precarious relationship worsened. The conflict persisted. Rather, things became more heated when 50 seemed to want complete custody of Sire. What started as personal family matters abruptly became national news, court discussions, and social media chatter. It was no longer only a custody dispute. It developed into a major public event. 50 Cent's life has always been molded by unpleasant and challenging experiences. Beyond his musical success, he had actual hardships in his early years. His conviction for minor vandalism was one significant turning point. He entered a guilty plea, conducted community service, and was placed on probation for 3 years. But his legal issues weren't the only thing that attracted notice. His name had long been associated with Supreme McGriff, a notorious individual linked to the 2000 shooting that almost killed 50 Cent. When Marquis was later spotted hanging out with McGriff's son, fans were taken aback. This felt like a personal betrayal to 50, given the past, and it just made the gap between father and son wider. 50 has always wished to give Sire a better future, despite the turbulence. Many admirers, meanwhile, doubt that he and Marquis will ever be able to mend their relationship. The trip to 50 hasn't been easy. His mother, Sabrina Jackson, was a strong woman who was motivated to provide him a better life, and she reared him in a difficult setting. Unfortunately, Sabrina was killed when he was just 8 years old. In 1983, she was alleged to be drugged, rendered unconscious, and her flat set on fire. Unanswered questions from the case have plagued 50 for many years. He was profoundly impacted by her passing. Sabrina was a fighter,
who was valued in a society that didn't treat women like her. Her desire inspired 50's motivation, but losing her created emotional scars that never fully healed. He often considers her advice, particularly her tough love philosophy that influenced his approach to overcoming obstacles in life. 50 was raised by his grandparents following Sabrina's passing. He often claimed to be his grandmother's child. Even though he was raised in a violent neighborhood and started selling drugs at the age of 12, he found solace at home with his grandmother. However, there were tense moments in even that relationship, particularly with his aunt Sylvia, who didn't like how much attention Curtis got. He has said that the pain of losing his grandmother was the worst he had ever experienced. He recalled being called to the hospital, seeing her eyes brightened upon seeing him, and then hearing her heart rate decrease a short while later. He was told by his aunt that she had been anticipating his arrival. These heartbreaks influenced him, but also made his adult relationships more difficult. Daphne Joy officially accused 50 Cent of maltreatment in May 2023. He retaliated immediately, filing a slander suit. The dispute caused tension between him and his son, Sire. However, 50 unexpectedly withdrew the case in September 2023. Even more volatile is the ongoing conflict with Marquise's mother, Shaniqua Tompkins. They have been involved in lawsuits, public insults, accusations, and constant online turmoil. For more than 2 decades, Shaniqua Tompkins has brought their already turbulent past to light when she accused 50 Cent of attempting to damage her reputation and prevent him from seeing their son. Before the court lowered it to $6,700, Marquise later claimed that his mother received $40,000 a month, or more than $500,000 annually from 50 Cent. However, the drama persisted even after the cut. Despite Marquise's efforts to remain out of the spotlight, Shaniqua faced additional legal issues. Ultimately, 50 took to Instagram to advise Shaniqua to find legitimate work rather than escalate the situation. The situation only worsened because neither side was prepared to make concessions. As if that weren't enough, 50's personal life also made headlines when he showed up at the Power Season 6 premiere with Jamira Cuban Link, his new girlfriend. Although the couple appeared happy, their relationship contributed to the public's interest in life in the 1950s. The big question still stands. Despite all the highs and lows, family conflicts, lawsuits, past injuries, and headline after headline,